Hey, how's it going, Nick?
It's going good. How about you?
It's going really good. We haven't done a video in a really long time. In fact, our last one, nobody seemed to... Well, one person certainly doesn't like, but we won't go there, I guess. So we are going to bring back LagThis.com in our own little way, right? I mean, we're just kind of going to do what we want, MMOs usually, right?
Yeah.
And to start it off is something very near and dear to your heart, and mine as well, as EverQuest 2. Now, I've checked your Raptor status, man. You have played 8,333 hours of EverQuest 2. Do you know how long that is? That is a year straight, man. That is 347 days just straight of playing. That's insanity.
I think I calculated that once before.
So
that was back when I used Xfire even to just ported it over to Raptor.
Yeah. So I mean, we've played this game for a long time. I used to GM on the Butcher Block server. You've played for so many hours. So we're going to get right into it. Now, I haven't played this in a couple of years, and a lot has changed. It's free to play now. They got, 3 new expansion packs and stuff like that. There's a lot here. So I'm going to make a new character and ask you questions and stuff, and, kind of show everyone the new features and new things with EverQuest 2.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so right now now the game is free to play, but what does that really entail?
It's more of a really overblown trial, I would say. But then again, for how high-end EverQuest 2 is, it's probably the best free-to-play game out. Like, if you're playing it for free, you're probably getting the biggest bang for your buck, even though it seems like a lot of stuff is limited. Mm-hmm. But it's like if World of Warcraft went free to play or something, it's a high-end MMO. It's not some low-end one.
Yeah, definitely a lot of features. So, speaking of things that are limited, I'm actually subscribed to the game right now. Now it's $15 a month to subscribe, but you get $5 in station cash, which we'll get to in a little bit. But if you're not subscribed, they have, I think, 3 levels. They have the completely free, then they have silver, and then they have gold. And I guess...
Yeah, you unlock silver if you buy anything. Like, if you ever give them money, you instantly go to silver, and you stay silver.
That's really nice. So let's get right into character creation. Now you can see purchase additional slots. A new slot will cost you $10. You get 4. Because I'm subscribed, though, I think I get 8. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I know I got more than 4. And I'm subscribed, so yeah, I think it is 8.
Alright, so why don't we get right into the character creation. Now, usually, if you're free, the top 2 classes in each archetype are unlocked. Everything else is locked. And to unlock them, you click the Shop Now button, and we go to Character Packs, and we'll go to Class Packs. Now, each 100... SC, it's like, Station Exchange, is that
Station
right?
Cash.
Okay, yeah.
SC.
That looks like a C up there, but an E up there, but it's a C here. Station Cash is $1, so to unlock the Assassin class, it's $7.50. Something like that, right? Now, when you think of it, that's really not bad, because that's, 90 levels of content?
Yeah,
right, for each class.
And that unlocks it, make as many as you want, unlocks it forever.
Yeah, so it's not a reoccurring type thing.
Yeah. All right. And plus, it's, most people, I doubt they're going to play every class.
Right, exactly.
So, if you know have a good idea what you're doing, you could just pick and choose. Like, some classes, I'm never playing that, so you never have to pay for them. And so if you budget it right, you can actually end up getting it cheaper per month.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, like my fiance, she's interested in the game. She wants to play a wizard. Wizards are already unlocked right off the start, so you don't even have to buy them. So she'll be playing for free. But she does want a different race, and races. We'll get to races in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and make a. Let's see. Do we want to give a quick overview of what the classes are? Like super quick.
Sure.
Okay. So fighter, you got Guardian, which are your tanks. The Berserkers
all these are going to be viable tanks.
Yeah. Berserker is like your DPS tank. Monk is your agility tank. Bruiser is... Now, what's the difference between Monk and Bruiser?
Well, you want to be careful about saying agility tank, because the way they have stuff working now is only scouts need agility.
Okay.
Like, they segregate the stats. Like, no one else needs strength except for fighters. So when any of these 6 classes, strength is your stat, and everyone uses stamina, which is for hit points.
I see. Well, these are the cloth-wearing tanks. They usually dodge more than they do take hits.
Yeah, they're avoidance tanks is what they call them.
Now,
they wear leather.
Is the difference like Monk is AoE and Bruiser is single target, or what? How does that work?
Well, they have some... Bruiser has a little more AoE than Monk. Mm-hmm. And they get some... There's not huge differences, but it's usually, when it comes down to rating, there's like a couple of key skills that are nice to have, but they're almost interchangeable.
Alrighty. And then Shadow Knights are your magic tanks, and then Paladins are your healing tanks. Pretty much, right?
Yeah, Shadow Knights are more area of effect oriented, and Paladins, like, they can self-heal themselves a lot, and their big things, they get a thing called amends, which means they just take, I think it's something like 40% of someone's hate, and it immediately goes to them, so it actually makes them really easy to tank with.
Nice. Alright, then we go over to Priest. Templars are the heavy kind of healers, like clerics, almost. Inquisitors are the same, except they do more kind of defiling stuff, huh?
Well, what it is your clerics are... they have straight heals, like it's boom, heals, burst healing, and they also have some reactives. Inquisitors have a good amount more, but they both have roughly the same. They both do burst, they both do reactives. Nice. The Warden and Fury.
Warden's the heal over time, as I remember, and the wards as well.
Yeah, these are druids, Warden and Fury, and they have lots of heals over time, and they're really good group healers. Like, no one can touch them when it comes to healing the entire group, so they're good for groups on when you're in a raid and you have a group that doesn't have any tanks. They usually put a druid in there just to keep them all up.
Now, what about Mystics and Defilers? I don't know much about them.
They are ward healers, where it's all damage absorbing heals.
Oh, okay.
When they get hit, it absorbs it, and it's lots of like preventive healing.
Okay, yeah. So I did play a Mystic actually back in the day when they still had the class progression stuff, and it was called something else. Now, mages, wizards are your nukers, warlocks are the damage over times.
Wizard, single target, warlock, damage over time, and AE. They can both AE really well, but warlock just dominates all area of effect damage throughout the game. If you're going to AE damage, warlock will win every time.
Now, illusionist and courser, they're both like kind of...
They're mostly class? Utility.
Okay.
They do have some crowd control abilities, but that doesn't come into play at all in raiding. And in groups, it's not needed, but it is nice.
And then Conjurer and Necromancer are pet classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Necromancer, lots of undead stuff. Conjurer, they have elemental pets, and they're very good DPS as well.
Alrighty, and then Scout, Swashbuckler, and Brigand, they're basically like rogues, right?
Yeah, they are not top DPS, but like second. They're called Tier 2 DPS, and they trade off damage for really nice debuffs. Like, they're a requirement in raids. They need at least one of each.
Nice. Now, Troubadours and Dirges, they are buffers and debuffers?
Mostly buffers. They have some debuffs, but they're not a big deal. But they are top buffers. And
then Ranger is long-range damage. Assassin is your basic...
Ranger and Assassin are top-tier DPS. Assassin's more like a rogue, what other people might think of. Lots of backstabbing and super high DPS.
Alrighty. And then Beastlord here, I actually have to buy. So... for example, Beastlord would be Is that even in here?
I think you need it says you need the latest expansion to open up the Beast Look.
So yeah, which I don't have, but that's okay. And I would assume that's probably $750 as well. But apparently, so what can they do? They just kind of have like a pet or something?
Yeah, they're new, and they still are going through the motions, but they're top DPS. They use a pet, and if they don't have their pet, they're nothing. They're nothing without their pet. I think they have like 8 attacks that are all their own, and the rest of their attacks are all related to them working with their pet. So if their pet's dead, they're just useless.
Alrighty,
and top DPS, and they can buff pretty good.
Alright, so why don't we get to creating a class? I'm going to make a Templar, which is a healer, and then we get to the races. Now, there's 2 different styles in the game. They have like an Asian style, which is, I guess I'll get like a little prettier race. This is the Asian
it's
style.
made specifically for the Asian market.
Right. And then they have the alternate appearance, which is more of like a Nord style look, which was the original look that it came out with years ago. Whatever you like, you can choose whichever one you want. Now, usually these races are all locked. You can see the free blood here is they're locked. To get them, they are $20, but they're like a completely different race. They're a vampire race. The other
that comes
races
with a bunch of extra stuff, like they get their own type of flying mount when they're a cloud of bats when they're flying, and they get some special animations, and they can do a quick change, like where they look like a good-looking vampire, and then they look like the classic ugly-looking vampire. They can switch between the two.
Awesome. Now, most races are locked. There's only 4 in the neutral section that are not locked if you're playing free. But to lock them, you unlock 3 at a time for $750 each. So that's really not too bad. My fiance wants to play a wood elf, so it's $750, and she'll unlock gnome, halfling, and wood elf all at the same time, which is pretty cool. I want to play a dwarf though, and I don't like the Asian looking dwarf, so I'm gonna choose this dwarf. I love that style, man. Love it.
Yeah, I always like that too. The Soga, it's what the Asian version, it's called Soga.
Yeah, Soga.
It doesn't get much support as of late because they made them, and it was made by an alternate team as well. But I think it's since fallen through. Like, the Asian support isn't as high as it used to be. So if there's bugs with them or something, they're just like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. So right here, I'm just doing some character creation real quick. The character creation is, I'd say, average nowadays. It used to be really like state of the art back when it first came out in 2005. But nowadays, some games are doing it better, like Aeon and other things like that, and Terra that's coming out soon. But for a free-to-play game, it's really good, I think.
Yeah, it's held up pretty good. I mean, yeah, when it came out, that was ridiculous. I don't remember seeing anything like that when it came out.
Yeah, really. And I still had the pre-order bonus disc where you could just create your character. I'm like, oh my gosh, and it just looks so good. But yeah, you can see here I'm just working on the nose and stuff. And now, you had mentioned raiding earlier. Can a free-to-play character, someone that really wants to spend minimum, can they raid effectively?
Well, it's a problem because when you're free, there's the tiers of equipment. The quality, there's like it starts common, that's the lowest, then it goes up to treasured, legendary, and then fabled. Mm-hmm. And your raid equipment is fabled, so you'd have to make some extra purchases to unlock fabled, to be able to wear fabled gear. I can't remember how, you probably look later, but I can't remember if you unlock, you get like a set of unlocks, like you can wear 10 pieces of fabled gear or something like that if you're not subscribing.
Alrighty. Now, I mean, obviously, if you're making it to the max level, there's no point to not.
Yeah, you at that point you probably already spent more than $15 a month.
Now, is there any reason to spend that much a month, or is it just like is there anything that you have to have?
for
from the cash shop? Is there anything like, oh, you must have this to be amazing?
Oh yeah, if you're subscribed, you don't need to touch the cash shop.
But if you're not subscribed,
everything in the if you're not subscribed, you're gonna end up buying things like bag slots and, like I said before, ways to equip higher pieces of equipment, and it's almost like the free to play is there to make the subscription model look way better in some ways.
I see. Okay.
And so, like I said, it's like an overblown trial. So, I mean, you can play for a good amount without actually paying. But if you're already screwing around at, like, towards the level cap, like 80, 90, you're going to be better off just paying the subscription. Okay,
so I have 2 starting areas I can go to as a dwarf: New Hollis and Kelethin. Kelethin is it's Greater Fate Arc for any EverQuest players, and it's where the Fae live. They're a little fairy race. And New Hollis is where the barbarians come from. Where do you think I should start?
Well, Hallis is the newest one that they added.
So I've never seen this.
I imagine not.
All right, so we'll start there. I'm going to enter my name, Gandir, and you're on. Wow, the servers are pretty.
I never seen it like that. Of course, I don't make a lot of characters either. It's on Butcher Block is what I'm on.
All right, yeah, that's where I GM'd. But yeah, so a lot of people playing apparently. So let's just jump right in here. All right.
Yeah, that max out server, Freeport, that was originally the free-to-play server before they merged the 2 models.
Oh, nice. So so the interface has changed dramatically from when I last played, and I like how they're sitting here and explaining everything for someone new like me that hasn't, new to the interface anyway. Yeah, I know how to move that. Okay.
Yeah, some of it's very basic. Like, if you've literally never played an MMO, you'll still be able to catch up.
So that's really cool. If you get to level 20 in under 14 days, you'll get 10 gold. Was that a pretty good boost?
10 gold?
Yeah.
That's mostly about the title.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, and when you're free to play, there's also a how much money you can hold limit, and it's pretty low from what I remember. I can't remember specifically what it is.
Alright.
It's something like a 10 platinum or something. Oh, it's per level. They got a chart somewhere. We'll probably show it we can show it later. It's a big chart showing all the limitations and what unlocks and etc.
Yeah, we'll put up the chart that the differences between the different subscription levels and the chart for the limitations on gold and things like that. But yeah, so this looks really good actually. For how old is this? This is like what, 7 years old now?
Yeah. Well, it helps that they originally shot for like a really realistic view when it was being first developed, but they've since like kind of mitigated it, and it's a little in between now, a little more stylized.
Right. All right. So I'm assuming she has a quest for me.
Yep.
All right. Now, I remember majority of in the older parts, they all had voice acting like SWTOR does, Did they kind of do away with that just for money constraints and stuff like that?
I don't even think it was a money constraint. I think it was more of it's just a huge undertaking, especially when you have so many quests. And plus a lot.
What's that?
And plus, a lot of people would just skip it randomly. So I even found out when I was playing Star Wars, I would do that.
Yeah. Okay, so, oh wow, they give a nice tutorial for everything. Con levels, everything like that. So, I mean, and again, this is everything that you're going to see as you're free to play while you're playing the game. So, I mean, even though I'm subscribed, all this is very applicable to anyone that's going to be playing the game right now, right?
Yeah, you haven't ran into any limitations yet. No, someone playing free would have gone through the same process so far, except for the character creation. Alright,
combat is pretty average. You have a hotbar here, you target something, you start attacking, I mean, it pretty much goes from there.
Yeah, it's basic. It goes up, obviously. The curve goes up as you level up, but...
Yeah, so, I mean, and now, why don't we go, there's an actual, there's a lot to this game. There's, really, there's more than I'll be able to show in a quick look like this, but, or that we'll be able to show in a quick look like this, but, there's mining in the game and stuff like that. There's crafting in the game. So here's all the inventory stuff. Food and drink give bonuses to health and mana. That's something that a lot of people won't be used to, is eating and drinking.
The food, eating and drinking, it equips, so you're not doing it manually or anything. And later on, the crafted food and drink will have stats on them as well that are really useful.
Alrighty. Now, over here is the cash shop button. When we click that, we'll be able to see, what you were talking about, like bags, for example. Now, these are just bags you can buy.
Yeah, a lot of these are cosmetic.
Alright, so yeah,
they have slots, but they also put a visual on you, like literally on your back.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. So they have a whole bunch of armor sets and different sort of...
All the armor sets they're not stat items. They don't have stats on them, so you're not buying equipment. It's all appearance equipment.
Yeah, so this is one that you like here. This is what you have in your character.
My guy.
Yeah, so it's just... Now, the armor that you can get in the game is just as cool as this stuff, but they just give you the ability to get that stuff, huh?
Yeah, you have appearance slots for all the slots that show up on your character, and you can put regular equipment in that as well.
Nice. So they have housing in the game. Why don't I can get to another character. We'll go to another character that I have higher level, and I'll show some mounts and things like that, and housing and stuff. But one thing I like is So they have a dungeon maker in this game too.
Yes.
And you have to buy decoration sets and things like that?
Well, you can use items that are crafted in-game by carpenters in the dungeons.
Oh, nice.
So that was a real big boon for them, and they started adding things that are more like they've been adding like building materials, like just tiles and just walls, and they have all textures, so people can make their own rooms and stuff like that instead of trying to do it all, backwards using like the back of a fountain or something as a wall. So now they have actual walls and tiles and pedestals and columns and things like that, and they can use that for their house or in a dungeon.
Now I see some experience potions here. When I was playing, they used to give out experience potions a lot just by doing general stuff. I don't think being able to buy them really...
That's not different at all. I think, I'm not sure how old your account is, but if you do claim, the claim command, you're going to see a bunch of they're called veteran rewards, just for being X amount years old.
Yeah, so this is
look at 1 year or something, you'll see it'll have a bunch of potions right in there.
Yeah, let's see, 1 year.
Draft of the Wise.
Yep.
The Draft of the Wise.
Does the Flame stuff, Kingdom of Sky stuff, Legends of Norath. Now, Legends of Norath is actually very interesting because it's actually a card game within EverQuest 2 that you can play outside of it as well. So you don't need to be inside EverQuest.
Well, they're integrated. They're kind of like side by side, but they're also integrated within one another.
Right. So how do I get to that? Because I want to show that real quick.
It should be on the main button somewhere.
Oh yeah, here we go. Legends of Norath. Okay, so enter the game. Now I can challenge anyone else to play, correct?
Yeah, you can actually do it like you're dueling somebody.
Alright, so...
Yeah, you just got a bunch of free cards waiting for you.
Yeah, I just got a bunch of free cards and decks and everything, so... I'm a huge fan of trading card games. We'll also do, we'll also cover the Magic the Gathering Tactics video and stuff, but this sort of stuff here, it's awesome to have another game within the game, and this game is free as well.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, it's you can buy decks and stuff like that if you want, but I'll just go to my collection manager here, and I just got these new cards. I have over 1,100 cards.
Yeah, those locks just mean you can't trade them. But yeah, you don't even have these claimed, and like you could. And what it is it asked you earlier. There's a little prompt. You can get in-game stuff from packs and
in-game items. Yeah.
And again, they're not like game changers. They're just like mounts that are unique appearances, and there's theme music boxes which are kind of funny. You can turn them on, and anyone going by you will hear the music.
Yeah. But the game's actually really, really fun. It has a single player and multiplayer. You can trade cards, open packs, everything like that, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a time killer that I like to do. It's fantastic. But let's jump over to another character and show a little bit more advanced stuff and some housing and some crafting.
Alright, sounds good.
Alrighty, so this is my character I played a long time ago, level 52 Ratonga Paladin. And you can see his hotbar is completely filled up with abilities. Now, what's the max level right now, Neiloch?
90.
90, okay. So I have a whole bunch of abilities and spells, and you can level these up with books and stuff like that, right, to make them stronger?
Yeah, there's crafted. You get one automatically, which is the lowest one, and then there's crafted versions. There's 2 more crafted versions that are better, and then there's the ones they call masters, which are dropped. And you can also, if you look at the top right, there's a research button. Mm-hmm. That kind of lets you get them without getting the crafting or getting the masters to drop, but it's a time.
So it's like Eve.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, nice. You could get completely maxed out in all your spells just by doing research, but it would take a really long time.
Right.
It would take like months.
Alright. So this is my character. You can see the abilities and everything like that, but right now we're in Kingdom of Sky, and while we were switching to this character, Neiloch was telling me that they have housing, really crazy houses in the game now. And if you go to the main menu and you click Housing Leaderboards, you can visit any one of these. You just click one, you click Visit, and you can go check it out. But you can see in the little screenshots that they have here just how crazy everything looks. And we're in the top one right here, the Botanical Garden. And this is actually pretty impressive. It's a tour of basically the areas and forests throughout the game. So right here we have the Lava Garden, and in EverQuest you can write your own books as well, right?
Yeah, you can write them and put them up like this, or you can even put them on the broker and sell them. Pretty much publish them, and they can be many pages, more than 2. I'm not even sure if there's really a limit. If it is, it's going to be something like 50 pages.
But yeah, so I mean, this was all written by the player, and it just explains what the exhibit is. So, and it's a really good recreation of it. Like, that's what it looks like in the game.
Yeah, this is all. Yeah, all you're seeing is player made. Yeah, like someone placed every object you are looking at right now on the ground. The only thing that wasn't created by them is the ground itself.
Yeah,
like the green grass, that was just there. That was the base. Everything else was put in by a player.
Yeah,
and who owns this house.
Were all there and everything like that. This is the Fedor Garden, which this looks a lot like Fedor.
Yeah, it looks like Lesser Fedor with the big mushrooms.
Over here is Nectulus Forest, which, looking at it, especially from right here, it looks like Nectulus Forest.
Yeah. The only thing is, it could be darker, but that's...
right, yeah.
I guess that can't be helped.
They got the little fog in there and stuff. They did a pretty good representation of it.
Yeah, it has the same objects and everything.
This right here, I was really blown away by. It is a recreation of the Antonica Forest. It's a cleric circle, and that's exactly what it looks like if you go out.
That's it. Well, that one they can actually get.
Right.
That object, they didn't rebuild it from scratch, but you can get an object that looks like that.
But it's really cool that they redid it. this right here. And again, a player, put
now
all
that
this together.
I've never seen in game. Something that looks like that.
No, this is the swamp.
Yeah, it's just, this seems like their own little creation here.
Creation, yeah. Really cool, though. The water effects in the game are still really awesome. There's physics and everything, and... no, dude, wait. No, this is Neriac.
Kinda. This is probably from the Moonlight Enchantment seasonal event. That's probably where all that stuff came from. Because that's what you get a lot is the mushrooms that glow and lots of neon-looking stuff like that. That's probably where all that came from.
The swamp looks really cool. And then we got more stuff. There's like a blossom thing that they highlight over there. This is just a forest. Whoops, sorry. That's just a forest over there, and then this is a cave of wonder. I like the little dirt devil, but this is the cave and oasis, so we can go in here, and it's a full-on cave. Now these baby dragons, these came from the collector's edition, which I actually bought. I think you did as well too, Neiloch, right?
Yeah.
And you cannot get them anymore. They are super, super rare. You were telling me they go for, 20,000 platinum or something?
Yeah, if someone is selling them, they're selling it for a lot, because it's not like it was limited and, they made a second version that they sell now. There's no way to get anything that resembles a baby dragon in EverQuest 2 except from if you had the collector's edition.
Right. Now this is from the Kingdom of Sky expansion pack, which you do get for free as you play. And we're just kind of floating in the air. You can see Big Island up there. They got a whole bunch of them in the distance and stuff like that. But let's talk mounts, since we're talking about being in the air and everything. EverQuest 2 does have flying mounts, but I don't own one. You got to be like level 60 or something like that, right?
I think it's 80. Yeah.
Level 80?
Well, that's to unlock it, and now I think... I don't know. Well, they'll say right on there if there's a requirement. Yeah, I think it's 80. You get the flying mounts.
Awesome. Well, actually, you can't open up a mount in a house, so I'll get out of here, and then we'll get on a mount, and then show you some of the other ones. Alright, so this is my house, the Armored Pinto. Now, you said this was old school when you saw it, Neiloch.
Yeah, this is... relatively old school. I think this is something like from Echoes of Fador, actually, is when those came out.
Somewhere around there. That's when I kind of came back for a little bit and played. But and it was not free to play at that point. But now they have so many mounts, and we're just going to go to the marketplace. Now they have ones that you can get in the game and everything like that, but we're just going to show.
Yeah, there are in-game equivalents of all these mounts you're going to see. These are just like cosmetically looking different mounts.
Yeah, no stats on these. The ones you get in game have stats.
Yeah, the ones you get in game. Well, they have. I think some of these have some base stats, but it's just what they all have. Mm-hmm. Every mount will have these stats, and then the ones that you get in game will have better stats.
All right, so we'll start with the basic ones, the ground ones. Now they have a lot of different variations: clouds, felines, horses, hover discs. So a cloud is basically just exactly what it says, a cloud. The felines here, we got crazy looking cat. Now, is the animation like unique for these and stuff?
Yeah, the cats actually have a unique animation, and horses, obviously, they basically share the same animation. All the horses.
This one looks pretty cool.
I love all the skulls on it.
Yeah. And then you have just your basic horses and stuff like that as well. Now again, the prices you're looking at, this would be $9.50, this would be, about $19.50, this is $9.50. So, kind of pricey, but I mean, well, this one's kind of pricey, but the other ones, those are pretty average, not bad for amount. And it doesn't matter what level you are. I guess it kind of says here, level 1. So you could have a mount at level 1 if you want. And even in
the ground mounts are going to be all level 1.
Yeah, even in game, if you have the money to get a horse, you can get it at level 1. So, like, not cash shop horse, but like in-game gold horse. So
Yeah.
this is a hover disc. Then they got rhinos, which are pretty cool looking. Unicorn, some misty unicorn. Very misty indeed. Now, is there any sort of more benefit over another one, or are these just all cosmetic?
Yeah, everything in the marketplace is going to be cosmetic. You can get an in-game variation without paying, and like some of them are quest rewards even, so you're not even paying platinum for it.
Right. So these are just for like unique looks, like this you're not going to find in game, are you?
Yeah, these are purely cosmetic, and some of these you can get in game, but it'll be, a drop from a boss or something like that.
Right. I really like this one. I know it just because it looks so funky.
Yeah. Yeah, one I have actually looks like that one.
Now, I was hoping that they would have just a plain wolf, but you got.
There is a plain wolf, but you got it with Destiny of Valius. I think you pre-ordered.
So that's the ground here, and that's all I was familiar with. They've since added leapers, gliders, flyers, and flying wings. So leapers, I guess, would be the next thing up, right? Because they're still kind of
leapers.
Okay.
Yeah, the leapers and gliders are intermediaries because they just didn't want to give level 10s or level 40s.
So these are level 30.
What are those? Yeah, level 30. They just didn't want to make flying mounts. You can just get it instantly. Uh-huh. So what they did is they made these leapers, and then gliders are level 60, I think. And leapers, they just jump really far. It's like super jump.
So kind of like the Hulk.
And they kind of fly, but they're not really flying.
So kind of like the Hulk, jumping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool. Now gliders, these are kind of like gradual. See, I want this so bad, man.
The flying squirrel.
Man, I want that so freaking bad.
People were asking for that hardcore. Like, even before they even talked about having it, people were like, make flying squirrels. Like, someone on the forum just came up with the idea, and they were like, all right, and they made them.
It's such a great... And they didn't half-ass it either. Like, it is perfectly animated. It looks great. Now, how do they fly, I guess, or glide? You just kind of jump up
They jump. Yeah, they jump like the leapers, but then they just sustained flight longer than a leaper does.
Very nice.
And they just slowly go down, and they usually have like a gliding animation, like the lizard. They'd put their arms out, and you'd see the flaps on their sides while they're gliding.
Very cool. Now the flyer. Now what do you want to show first? Flying wings or flyers?
The flyers.
Okay. So these are straight up flying mounts.
Yeah.
And you can fly.
Those are horses with wings, and when they start flying, they flap. And those are griffins.
Now, is there a restriction on where you can fly?
Yeah, cities you can't fly. A lot of the older zones got, revamped so people could fly in them.
Uh-huh.
They were just adjusted a little bit. So a lot of the zones you actually can fly in, even the older ones. It's just in a lot of crowded places you can't.
And the flying wings, are they just like the flyers, or are they different? Like, do they just count as mounts, just you're wearing wings?
Yeah. There's a mount, but it looks like wings.
And can you wear this anywhere? Like, you can just wear that out?
Yeah, you'll always see those wings when you're using them.
That is really cool, actually.
And it's pretty much flying like an Aeon.
That's awesome. Alright, so I guess now we'll show some crafting, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
To kind of round it up. Alright, I haven't crafted in so long, so we're gonna skip ahead to where I'm crafting and get right to it. So we found the I don't even know where we are.
It's a crafting zone.
Yeah, crafting zone in StarCrest Commune. And we got some writs we can do. So, rush order. What's the difference between a rush order and a work order?
Well, work order, you have unlimited time. You just get it done on your own time. But if you do a rush order, there's a time limit, but the bonuses are better.
Alrighty, well, we'll do a work order just for this little thing. Whoa. Okay.
Hello.
29th, 24th. You know what, I'll do a kind of easy one because I haven't done this in a while. So I'll get at least 6 silver, I'll get status points, a bunch of faction. I'll do that.
Status points basically means you're that's going to be you can spend the points on certain things. It's like it's guild related. Getting status points basically means you're also leveling up your guild, and you use the status points to buy certain expendable items like resurrection signets and stuff like that.
Okay. So it says I need to find a work order clipboard or desk and pick up my assigned order.
That'll be upstairs.
Okay.
I think it's right next to that. It's like on that. It's that desk right there.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh, okay. Work orders. All right. Look for my invoice. Okay. I need to cook a plate of baked mackerel. Do they give me all the stuff I need to do this?
I do not think so. Wow, they want you to make tons of stuff. Or you did do a regular one. That is true.
All right. So this would be a forge. I don't want to do that. So
Hey,
what kind of crafting professions do they have in the game? I see forges, some weaving stuff.
There's quite a many. There's armor, blacks. Like you can make everything. Pretty much, and there's crafted versions of everything. And this is your oven to make food and drink.
All right. So baked mackerel. I can just type for that. Baked mackerel. Okay. So I need raw mackerel and I need belladonna root. So
yep. Well, what they do also is upstairs they have a broker where it would show up automatically if you had it in your inventory.
Okay.
They have a broker so you can buy stuff without leaving the crafting area.
Oh wait, Whole Master. Does he?
Well, he sells fuel, is what it is.
Okay. And it looked like I had fuel for it, but I just need some baked mackerel, and I need. I'm not sure what the other thing was.
That was belladonna root, I believe.
Yeah, belladonna root. Yep. Okay.
Greetings, friend
So let's see here.
traveler. We have the finest
Mac.
supplies to fill your adventuring needs.
Pearl. I forget how to spell it.
Oh, it says right on your
Mac. Yeah. Mac. Or roll. Okay. I don't need Sea Fury. I need just basic mackerel, huh?
That might be it.
Lost mackerel.
It ain't that.
No.
Yeah, you need the. Yeah, go to that, highlight it for. See if you can get the tooltip to pop up over the icon. Yeah, that's what you use.
Yep, this is what I need. All right. So I guess I'll just.
That's literally the cheapest you can sell anything on the broker for. So that's you're not getting dinged at all for that.
All right. So I bought 4, and I need belladonna. Now remember, this is all stuff I'm buying with money in the game, so it's not.
Yeah, this is he's not using station store stuff.
Yeah, so 96 silver, not bad. I'll buy 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And I was at 96 silver a piece, which is basically 1 gold piece, but at this level, really, you'll have enough for that. That's not...
Yeah, that's almost nothing.
Yeah. Alright. So here we are at the stoves. And, baked. Alright, baked mackerel. Okay, so I got my sparkling kindling, got my raw belladonna root. Let's do it. Okay, so, can you tell me what's going on while I'm doing this? So you can kind of narrate so I can focus.
It's little icons are going to pop up and you got to react to them.
Can I use these just to kind of...
And when they're not coming up, to kind of speed it along. But yeah, now you want to match that icon.
Oh wait, where did it come up? I didn't even see it.
Oh, it's right under your mouse.
Oh, that's probably why I didn't see it. Oh man, things are...
The 3 on the right are for progress, and the 3 on the left are for durability. So right now you'd want to hit all 3 on the left.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Heat loss. I countered it. And that's good. So I want to hit all 3 on the...
You can hit them again, even if there isn't icons popping up.
Okay, billow of steam. So I want to hit all 3 on the left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's going to make the blue bar go, which is progress, and then green is the quality.
The 3 on the left are going to get your green bar up, so you get it back to that 4th line of quality.
There we go. Okay. Get that going a little... No!
Yeah, you want to get that up a lot more than just a sliver of durability.
Okay. Well, I made something.
Hey, still made it. I think it's just you made less of it.
Well, no, actually, I just made one. I think it's it changes the effects of it, I guess. I don't know. Why don't we make it again?
Well, now you're maxed out on durability, so you can do the 3 on the right now.
Okay. So, oh yeah, increases progress on the right. Okay, I get it. So the ones on the right are progress, and the ones on the left are durability.
Yep.
Okay, and the green bar is durability, the blue bar is progress. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. And I want my green bar to stay up, so that I get the maximum quality. And the difference between these are nothing. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think it's just you make more at once.
Yeah, I think I'll make 2 of them, which is fine with me. Okay, starting to get quality down, and that's what basically the craft. Yeah, I made 2 of them, so that's pretty cool. So that's basically crafting, and it's. I mean, does it get any more complicated than that?
Not really.
All right, so this was a very quick. I mean, it was kind of long, but it was a very quick look at EverQuest 2. There's a lot to this game. We barely even scratched the surface. In the future, we'll probably go into a more higher end one, like video, like a revisit of it, and show you some raiding and dungeons and things like that. But I'm Saieno, and this is Neiloch. Thanks for watching, and take care.